Alright, what's going on, guys? Trash Shaman here, and today on Modern Myths, we're going to talk about a whole bunch of different things, from the SpiderVerse trailer, Infinity War trailer, Jurassic 2 trailer, We Are Venom, and a whole bunch of other stuff that I'm not qualified to talk about. Let's get into it. I think it's going to be like the new Pigs intro. I don't really know. Don't tell Drunk Dancer. I want to see if he pays attention to these videos that are being posted. So lots of crazy stuff has happened. There's going to be like a Lost Modern Myths episode that comes out eventually. It'll probably be like next week or something, along with the other one. So it'll be like a little two. You get two for the price of one, you know. Yeah, but there's going to be a couple, like, I missed a lot of stuff, obviously, when I wasn't around. When I took a giant leave of absence because of my laziness. But yeah, we're just gonna get into what's happening today, because we don't need to focus on that. It's the past. We gotta be in the present. So the Infinity War trailer dropped, and it's freaking amazing. If you haven't seen it yet, you're living under a rock, because everybody's covered it before me, and it's literally phenomenal. It's pretty much everything I want to see in an Infinity War trailer. Before this, I actually had like what I wanted to see in Infinity War. And I can't remember what I wanted to see. I probably said it in a past episode of Modern Myths. If you want to go back, I'll probably make a separate video on that, even if I can find my notes. But yeah, it looks great. Like, now that I've seen the trailer, I don't have any gripes with it so far. Obviously, there's been a little difference since Ragnarok came out. Before, when we saw like a little teaser, and in the Comic-Con trailer, the Thor did not have the eye patch over the eye. But now he does. Spoiler alert for Thor Ragnarok. He loses an eye. If you haven't seen that movie, you're also crazy. If you hear my button smashing in the background, it's me playing some SpiderVerse, trying to level up my character, just trying to kill two birds for the price of one, you know? Give me something to do while I'm talking, so it's not just me sitting here getting hot in my freaking room like a weirdo. Yeah, get some hits on Krillin. Krillin's dead, if you were wondering. What else is on my list? The SpiderVerse trailer. Holy crap, that premiered at Brazil Comic-Con. I did not know I saw like the trailer on YouTube. I was like, oh, this must be like a fan-made thing. Dude, that art style, that animation is flawless. It's so good. Oh, I'm so glad they're doing the Miles Morales like Spider-Verse story too. That's gonna be great, and like new people can see that instead of like reading the comics or watching the animated show that's really dated now. But it's good. I can't wait for that. I don't know how it's going to tie into the Marvel Cinematic Universe. From what I've heard, it's not going to be anything, I don't think. But maybe, you never know. They could do like a Flash and Arrow where Vixen is introduced in an animated TV show, then comes back. I actually don't know how that works too, because maybe it has to be like a two-person Vixen. That makes sense. They could do something like that where they integrate it so it happens in the animated universe, but since it's a different universe, they're all animated. So similar storylines have happened. It's just a little bit in the future. I don't really know. That's not up to me. I'm not getting paid the big bucks to figure this out for them. Next up, we have the We Are Venom. I think it's at the same Comic-Con in Brazil that Tom Hardy's Venom, not Benham, David Beckham, his movie and like their production team. I think it's Sony. Sony's still doing it, yeah? I have no clue anymore. They put out posters saying We Are Venom, for like hyping up their movie to come out soon. And before I saw these like posters, I was like, this movie's gonna suck. I don't know why Tom Hardy signed on for one. He left DC for that, which is probably good. That's a sinking ship. But he signed on to this, and I thought this was gonna be no good. But then I see the poster, and it looks like Venom. It looks like it could be a good movie. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to say anything else because I haven't seen a trailer. I haven't seen anything else besides this poster. But it's a classic Venom. It's definitely classic Venom. So we just have to wait and see for that. The Jurassic World trailer came out. That thing looks straight fire. I was a big fan of Jurassic World. And I think it's been a while since we've seen Chris and the gang. We gotta see what they're up to. And I'm glad the little kids aren't in it. We're gonna get like an adult cast, I think, from what I've seen. They're going back to the island. I find it weird. I don't know what's causing the volcano, because like they have to go back and save the dinosaurs, which is, I guess, like some supreme some Supreme Court's like, yeah, we gotta go save those natures. We put them there. We gotta keep them alive. It's our duty now. Which I don't know where this moral compass came from, because before we said all the dinosaurs should piss off, but now I guess we have a heart. But the island's like exploding, and that's why we need to save them. Yamcha, I'm trying to fight Tien. Back the frick up. You're not in my level. I'll get to you in a minute. Cause I'm on a new level. Yeah, so it's just weird because they knew they were going to build a park there. So it's not like, oh yeah, we need to. Like, I'm pretty sure John Hammonds wouldn't build the place. Like they'd check before island was like started building on. Like, make sure this isn't a volcano. Make sure nothing bad's gonna happen. This isn't between two tectonic plates or something. Like, it just seems weird to me that there's a volcano on the island that we never heard about before. There's no rumbling. Maybe if like in the first movie it's like, oh yes, we built on a volcano, so like all the kids could be like, oh, the volcano killed the dinosaurs, or whatever. But there's literally been no mention of that. I think it's just to boost sales. I honestly thought this movie was gonna be about human dinosaur interbreeding, some furry stuff, but no, it's just trying to save the dinos. No gender, or not gender, gene splicing dinosaurs in this one, I don't think. Rexy's back. Everyone's back. Chris Pratt and his love interest are definitely not engaged anymore. Whoa, the camera just freaked out. That was kind of cool. Let me in. Oh my gosh. These warp gates in Xenoverse never work for me. I don't understand. Like, never. If you've seen... I don't even know. I don't care anymore. Just enter. What the frick, dude? I need to lock onto it, don't I? I think that's what I need to do. How do I lock on again? Frick! Yeah, so that looks good. Oh. I saw Coco. That's a tearjerker. I did not cry in it. I almost cried. It was... I'm a man enough to admit that I almost cried. I'm a man enough to like... Oh, finally I got it. Gee willikers. It's such a good movie. It's so beautiful. At the beginning of the movie, Disney shows you, like, how many frames there in it to make this one scene, and how many artists worked on it, and it's freaking nuts. It's insane how many layers they have. And it doesn't look that hard to do. Like, if I had 1 billion people at my disposal at Pixar, and I was like, okay, everyone make just a little layer of what they think the city looks like, and then pile it on top of each other and put some neon, it'd be nice. Oh, Piccolo's winning the fight. Hold on. Maybe this wasn't such a good idea, but yeah, it was phenomenal. I'm not gonna do an in-depth review because I have like 3 of those to do this episode, and I have somewhere to be. But it was honestly one of the best Pixar movies I've seen in a long time. You kind of forget how good Pixar is at getting you in the feels, and just what they can do still. Because at first I was like, oh, I know what this is going. Blah blah blah. Like, this isn't gonna be his dad, obviously, but then he's gonna have this kind of. I don't want to spoil it for you because there's a twist in it that I didn't see. I thought a different twist was coming. Not even a twist, like a different story was gonna come than what happened. It got really cool in the middle. It was really nice. It was beautiful. I love the music. It reminded me of my grandmas and grandparents and stuff, and it was really nice. But yeah, so Coco was really good. Oh, Adult Gohan was announced for Z Fighters. What's it called? Dragon Ball Z Fighters. I guess that's just what it's called. Fighters Z. Oh, I didn't do good enough to get Goku. That's kind of sad. Yeah. So he was announced for Fighters. Everything's looking good for that, though. YouTube Rewind came out. Don't really have much to say about that. It was YouTube Rewind. Had some cringy stuff in there. Wish I was on it. They didn't ask me. I know a lot of YouTubers like, I politely declined. I'm like, they probably didn't ask you. Don't lie. A lot of people, a lot of animators that are working on it, or at least one I know of, didn't get paid to do it. They did all the work for free, and so then they did all the work for free, and some of them made like announcement videos for like, hey, go watch YouTube Rewind, I'm in it, and that got demonetized, saying they're trying to steal YouTube's content, which makes no sense at all. Just let the people do their thing and hype up your video while getting paid. Like, It's not that hard. Speaking of companies not knowing what they're doing, net neutrality was, I don't know what the right wording is at the top of my head because I'm trying to fight Yamcha. It was revoked, redone, it was voted on, and now it's going to Congress. So everyone freaking out on Twitter, it literally, it could stop, and we can keep having net neutrality, or it's just going to take time to see what's actually going to go on right now. And when I first heard that it got passed, like they revoked it, I was livid. I was like, what the heck, man? Everything's going to cost so much more. But we have a while till that starts, and Congress needs to pass it. If Congress says no, then there's a couple options obviously there. They could go back to the drawing board and try and enforce it a different way. They could revoke it altogether. The Congress could put like sanctions on it and be like, hey, look, if you don't put back net neutrality, we're going to cut your funding by this much. And obviously the FCC, being the kind of people they are, they don't want that. So that's obviously bad news for the whole internet, but I don't know why you'd even want that. I see no real gain. Most services already charge enough. You know? I don't know. Maybe I'm just an old soul. But Ready Player One looks freaking bomb. Let's get on a lighter note. Ready Player One looks so good. Oh my gosh. It looks so Steven Spielberg. It reminds me of Total Recall in a way. Does anyone else get that like vibe? I know Total Recall wasn't a Steven Spielberg movie, but it gives me like a Total Recall, just a total 80s vibe. And kind of like a Thor Ragnarok 2. Like, so it's going to be funny, it's going to be a thriller. It has real stakes to it. I don't know, it just feels so meta to me. I don't even know if that's the right language I should be using, but it feels great, and I can't wait. People are like, Ready Player One, and I'm just like, dude, this is going to be a bomb movie. I don't know what you guys are saying. This is just like with the Lego movie, to be honest. They're going to be like, oh, this movie sucks, and they're going to go watch it, and they're going to be like, wow, this is everything I've wanted in a movie in the past 10 years. It just has a total nostalgia vibe for me. Not even just because, like, all these cartoon characters are in it, that's why you're feeling that. No, it's just the way the trailer is. And I even saw a trailer for an upcoming TV show where a bunch of comedians, it's obviously scripted, but a bunch of comedians go across the UK and travel. I think Morgan Freeman's in it, maybe. I saw Morgan Freeman, not in real life, but like a picture of him or a video of him in this commercial or somewhere, and he looked hammered. Like, he's aged well, but like, from what he was 10 years ago, it's weird. Like when he did Batman. It's just weird. It's weird to see him that old. But Ready Player One's gonna be a classic. Guaranteed. Like, you know what's not a classic? Logan Paul's diss track to Santa Claus. Logan Paul dissed Santa Claus. And I have to say, it's ridiculous. I wrote this down. This is what I wrote down my first reaction seeing it. Because I don't watch Logan Paul or Jake Paul. This is like one of my first... I watched some of Logan Paul's Vines, and on Vine he's fine. But then when they vlog, I feel like there's too much of them. I've watched like one of each of their videos, not including this diss track. I don't really know. I don't have much room to judge because they're making the big bucks, and I'm sitting here scraping the bottom of the barrel. It was ridiculous. This is what I wrote down. Ridiculous. Cringy. Funny one-liners. They had some funny like... He'd rap, and I'd be like, that's a horrible rap. And then all of a sudden he would say something, and I'd actually find myself laughing. It was actually kind of funny. It was very cinematic. Like, if I'm going to give him anything, he had some good one-liners, and it was very cinematic. He has weird hair, though. He needs to fix his hair. It's better than old Jakey Poo's, but it's some weird hair. Last of Us 2, I didn't watch the full trailer for it. It was pretty long. It was at some convention. Last of Us 2 game, I don't know if it was gameplay in a trailer. What I saw was just cinematic, and the cinematics never look as good as the game does unless it's Uncharted. But it looks pretty good. You see a grown-up Elle, and I need to finish the first one, but it looks good. It looks good. A 30th anniversary Street Fighter was announced, and it has all the games 1 through 3 and all those expansion packs and all like the tournament editions and all that stuff, you know? Has all that. Oh no, I didn't mean to do this. Just gonna get out of this real fast. So it looks pretty good. Like I don't know what the price is. It'll probably be $60, but it looks worth it. And I think you might get a collective statue with it. I know you get a collective box. I know you get a collective box for sure. Everything else I'm not sure about. These next three things kind of tie in together. So let's go down the list of most important. Obviously, Marvel bought 20th Century Fox for, I have it pulled up on my phone. It's some ridiculous number that I wish I... $52.4 billion. So they offered that. They offered that to 20th Century Fox, and I'm pretty sure it's finalized. What I saw earlier today on Twitter was that it was finalized, and everyone's freaking out because they're like, oh, Avengers X Men crossover for the next Infinity War, even though I'm pretty sure they already shot it. Like, maybe they can do a part where, like, a mutant, not an Inhuman, not some guy with a electronic boot, fights one of these things, and like, who's that? And they can do some reshoots. Obviously, it's far away, but I don't know. They will. I don't know how they would integrate X-Men through the universe unless like it just starts happening, and we start with like a big known X-Men. But I would actually hate to see the X-Men universe go, because Deadpool, we got Deadpool coming up, and I want to see that trilogy, and I want to see X-Force, and I want to see all that stuff now. And maybe they'll like do like a parallel universe, which I think is a major cop-out. But you never know. Going into that is X-Men Dark Phoenix will be a more woman-focused movie, which, I mean, why can't we just have equality amongst both genders, you know? Have good female and male characters, not just one or the other. I don't know, maybe I'm just a dreamer, and I don't understand why we can't just have both be good. There are different strengths to both sexes, guys, just learn them. I'm just getting his butt beat because he is actually a girl. Alright. What else is on my list without looking down? Oh, and speaking of Dark Phoenix, obviously I was going to go into this. I don't know why I didn't think about it as soon as I was done talking about it. Probably because I got on a stance about gender equality. Actually, I don't care about gender equality. I care, but I don't care. You know what that means? Hugh Jackman was asked about, now that there's a deal with like Marvel going on, if he will ever come back to the universe, and he obviously won't. I don't get why people keep asking him. Like, when actors say, yeah, I'm done with the role. Yeah, I'm done with the role. They keep asking, are you going to come back for this and this and this? What geeks need to learn is they're not. They have other lives they want to fulfill. Hugh Jackman wants to do different movies. He's great in that role. He loves that role. He's a hard worker. Is he going to go back to that role? No. Quit asking him. Benji's going to bop one of you in the face. He said, I'm obviously not going to go back to the role. He's excited for the universe, and he's gonna support it any way he can. But he's saying that ship has sailed, and he's on to bigger and better things, obviously. Like, his contract's done. He doesn't have to. Stop asking him. Even though he was great in Logan. Talked about net neutrality. Talked about the big deal. Talked about SpiderVerse. Talked about Venom. Oh, the Robin costume. Robin costume was freaking... It wasn't leaked. It was obviously brought out by the company. It's nice. I would say the Batman v Superman Robin costume's better, but they obviously have a bigger budget to make a stupid Robin costume. So what they're doing over at Titans is like the God's work, because it looks amazing. It looks real cool. It's real, the cat's pajamas. It's cool for cats, if you know what I'm saying. It looks sick. If you haven't seen it, go look it up right now. It's on Instagram, it's on Twitter. People are probably reposting it with some edits of the actor actually in it. Actually, no, I think we have a picture of the actor in it. I can't remember now if that was a Photoshop or not. But I know we do have the actual costume. Like, that's confirmed. Like, I've seen it with my eyes literally today because it keeps getting reposted. What else? As of this recording, Batman v Superman has $600 million at the box office, which is a lot of freaking money, but when you think about it, it's not a lot of money for a a movie that essentially should have made $5 billion. Every single person on this earth, no matter if they can go to a movie theater, should have watched this movie 5 times, and they didn't because reasons. I feel like, did I talk about Justice League already? No, I didn't even write down, do the Justice League review. So we're going to do that right now. I'm going to stop playing this stupid game, and I'm actually going to concentrate for once in my life. That movie is good. That movie's not bad. That movie's not great. That movie is not, it shouldn't be held, I'm a retard, shouldn't be held in high regard like other Marvel movies are, or like Logan is, like Deadpool is. But I'd rather watch that movie than some Marvel movies. I'd rather watch it than Iron Man 3, Avengers 2, Age of Ultron, both the Incredible Hulks, and I loved the Incredible Hulks as a kid. It was a fun movie. It had good... Okay, Ben Affleck, if you're going to stay in the role for at least one more movie, get in shape. I know you don't like being in shape, but stop. You were wearing a stupid Snuggie the whole time. You look like a dummy. Even though you're a great Batman. In this movie, he's a great Batman, except for the time he left that burglar on the roof just for no reason because he's dumb, I guess. Other than that, great Batman. Does everything Batman should. Look at his fighting, his quirks, everything about him. Maybe a little bit more mopey, but other than that, bomb. Maybe a little bit more sophisticated too, instead of so emotional all the time. Oh, but Superman's gonna kill the human race. Oh, we gotta bring back Superman because it's my fault. And why didn't he buy Martha's farm from the beginning? Why did he wait till Superman was alive and could kick his butt? Was he just scared? I don't understand. Other than that, everyone was amazing. Cyborg, I was told Cyborg didn't have enough character development. I feel like he had plenty. It didn't really hit me home. I understood everything. It seemed a little rushed. But Aquaman didn't have any character development at all. He was just a dick at the beginning and a dick at the end. The only difference is he was wearing a suit. It doesn't explain how he got a suit. He's like, I need a favor. And then he's like wearing the suit. And you're like, okay, yes, I guess the favor was the suit and the trident. Really wish I saw them get that from Atlantis and him interacting with any other people. And also, why'd they make a bubble? Why'd they make an air bubble to talk? If that's how the Aquaman movie's gonna be, I'm excited for that movie, for one. That movie's gonna be dope. But if they're gonna talk in bubbles every time they go underwater or do like a Jar Jar Binks palace, no thanks, I'm good. You can just, I'll watch it on Blu-ray. What else? Wonder Woman, great. Ezra Miller, great. Freaking... What's his name? Alright, Gordon. I'm just gonna call him Gordon. Gordon, amazing. Deathstroke at the very end, amazing. Jesse Eisenberg, Steppenwolf. They could have made Steppenwolf so much better. I feel like the DC has several things over Marvel. It's a tone. They have a different tone. It's like inspiring when there is no inspiration. Marvel is always just happy-go-lucky. So you need inspiration and you need dark days, which is total DC. They have stronger characters. If anyone wants to dispute that, that's fine. You can have your own opinion. I don't care. But if any of Marvel's characters went up against Superman, they would die because his strength is limitless. Literally, he is God. He is a Deus Ex Machina. He literally can't die unless the writers want to sell a comic book issue. And that's a fact. He has limitless power. Hulk, before he gets angry enough, he could be killed. It's not even like, oh, like he can die. Superman cannot die. Anyway, off that tangent. Just, they have good, strong characters. I want to feel bones getting broken as people hit each other. Like when Superman's fighting Doomsday, I want to hear the impact. I want to feel something. I want to feel like, oh no, Superman sacrificed his life. I don't want to be like, well, that was the end of the movie. I don't know what's going to happen next. You know? I don't even know. I don't know what the budget was for Justice League, but I guarantee that's not the outlook they were looking for. Every single kid, ask literally every single kid, they're going to say their favorite superhero is Spider-Man, the Hulk, and Batman. At once in their life, those are their 3 favorite characters. I know that to be true from everybody I know. And I guarantee it for most people I don't know that are just on the internet, because those 3 characters are literally the most popular characters. You can quote me on that. That's without data. That's just me having knowledge of the world. This movie should have made a lot more money. And I thought Jeff Johns was going to fix it. You can see some course corrections with this movie. You can see lots of course corrections with Joss Whedon's writing. But the CGI at some points, with his upper lip, with the backgrounds, with the blood, with just some of the stuff, and it's just laughable. It's laughable. And some of the cheesy one-liners that I'm pretty sure were Joss Whedon, they weren't like the funny ones. They weren't the ones they reshot. They're like trying to be like, "Oh wow, that was so powerful. Did you hear that? I'm gonna quote that when I put a steak on the grill. It's time to fry." It was just weird. It was like a mix of great and horrible. It was like if I gave you a chocolate shake but then pooped in it. But then they weren't together. I don't even know. That was a horrible example. Anyway, Justice League 7 out of 10. 7.5. I would watch it again over... I don't know if I would watch it over Ragnarok, I think. Because I haven't seen these characters before and I want to dissect it a little bit more. Even though Ragnarok was a way better film. What else? My new favorite anime. Not my new favorite. Dragon Ball Z will always be my favorite. But my new second favorite anime, My Hero Academia. Whoo! That was so good. I loved it. I loved it so much. It was so good. It was quirky. It had all the anime tropes. But at the same time, it put it on its head. It switched it. It did a little flipperoo. It was its own thing. It made a world that we cared about, and then we could understand within the first 5 minutes of the first episode. I understood everything by the second episode. I felt something for all the characters, whether it's hate, love, happiness, all of them. I feel everything for every character that I'm supposed to. I felt heartbroken when characters did certain things, and I felt powerful when it was just a perfect, what I deem a perfect anime, and it had my interest for its entire runtime. I watched every single episode within the span of 2 days. No, 3 days. But almost 2 days. And that's just nuts. I knew this anime was good. That's why I watched it, but I didn't know it was this good. I didn't know exactly what I was missing out on. And it's amazing. I can't wait till season 3 is dubbed. Because I can't listen to subtitles. Castrate me, call me whatever you want. I can't listen to subtitles. It hurts my head. And also, when my characters are literally played by girls that are supposed to be these burly men that I watch to get inspiration to get buff, it just doesn't work for me. When I see Goku being played by a girl, much respect to her, she's been doing it for years, but I just can't get intensified by that. I can't feel like he's really about to punch Vegeta in the face. I feel like he's going to cook me a sandwich. That was totally sexist. I didn't mean it that way. My Hero Academia. Great anime. Love it. I love it so much. I had other things to say about it. I didn't write it down, and now I'm just in thawed because I miss it so much. It's got a movie coming out early 2018, supposedly in Japan. I don't know if it's coming out early 2018 here too. I didn't write that down. I said early 2018, and I assume Japan first. The game looks exactly like... There's a Hero Academia game coming out, and it looks exactly like Dragon Ball Z Fighters, which is great. It looks amazing. It looks good from what I've seen. I remember when I first saw it, I hadn't started watching the anime yet. I was like, oh, it's like anime. That's pretty cool. It looks like Z Fighters, and I didn't really care about it. And I just wrote it down here. But then I rewatched it, and now I'm blown away. Yeah, looks amazing. Looks amazing. Overkill. Overkill has created a Walking Dead game. And I feel like this Walking Dead game is gonna be pretty sweet. It's gonna rival the Telltale series. I feel like that for sure. It looks great. If you haven't seen the trailer, it's awesome. It's about this guy who's like taking care of his family. He's being overburdened. Blah 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 blah. He's sitting on a bench. Like, what am I gonna do? He's probably some like diplomat or congressman or lawyer, or maybe just an errand jockey. He's in a suit, and then all of a sudden it cuts from that to him in the apocalypse, like 3 years later. I forget what it says. And he has a baseball bat with screws sticking out, not the normal kind of screw, like with sharp parts out, but like the blunt ends, so he can smash brains better. He's just mowing down dudes and knows everything to do. He draws them out with a horn. It's pretty good. It looks pretty good. I don't know how the graphics are going to look. I haven't seen the gameplay trailer, but from what I've seen of the no story or just small bits of dialogue, it should be pretty good. Should be pretty good, bruh. What else? Oh, I'm sad. So tonight right now as of recording this is the 14th of December. And for anyone who's in the know knows, that's the night The Last Jedi comes out. The novelization came out a couple weeks ago. You could have gotten it and spoiled it for yourself. I didn't do that. I wanted to wait till today to go and watch it. And this is the first time I will not see a Star Wars movie ever on opening night. Besides, obviously, like the prequels, because I wasn't born for those. But every movie that's come out when I'm alive, I've gone with my family and watched opening night. To however old I was when the first one came, or the first of the prequels came out, till now. This is the first time I'm not going to go see it on opening night. And it's stupid, because I have to go and do some stuff for school tonight, and so I butchered my plans, and I feel real sad about it, because everyone's posting reviews and reaction videos and all this garbage, and I haven't watched a single trailer for. I watched like the first two, and then I just stopped watching them. I stopped watching them because I don't want to be spoiled on anything, because I want to be a purist. This is the first time I think I've done that in a long time, just not watched any reviews. But yeah, it looks pretty good. I can't wait. I can't wait to see. I'm probably gonna see it Saturday with a date. Ooh, but I tell my dates if we're gonna go see a movie, shut up, because I want to watch this movie. And then I buy them dinner first, and I make sure they're happy, and I didn't offend them because I'm a nice little gentleman. What else? I think we covered everything on my list. Let me check one more time. Adult Gohan, yeah, check. 1, 2, check 1, 2. Oh yeah. I just wanna close out with a little thing that I put. I'm gonna turn it into like a little discussion on my channel, so it's gonna be separate from this, but it's also be in the. You know what I mean? Like, hopefully you know what I mean. If you don't know what I mean, don't worry about it. So I want to discuss this. This is a discussion. I'm just gonna call it discussion, or like a 2-minute talk or something like that. We're gonna come up with a clever title. So this is a 2-minute discussion, 2-minute talk, 2-minute something or other discussion time. Double discussion. 2 minutes on the clock. Ready, set, go. So Rick and Morty seasons 3 was not a strong season. First 2 seasons, whammy, hit 'em out of the park. I would say both those seasons collectively, like both of them together, are 10 out of 10s. Season 3, I would give a 7. It's a it's a Justice League for me. It's a Justice League. And I feel like the reason because of that is they try to turn it on its head. You can't turn something on its head when it's so fresh and like brand new. It's a little baby, has a soft spot still, and all of a sudden you're like, turn it on its head. The best episodes we see from Rick and Morty are the ones of Rick and Morty in their stereotypical little slots going and doing what they gotta do. Just doing some wacky shiz that we've never seen before. And it's great, and we like seeing Morty. We're basically Morty. We're seeing this all for the first time. And Rick shows us around. He shows that he's a master genius. Something happens either with Rick or with Morty, and one of them has like a trouble. Either Rick doesn't know what's going on, or something happens. And I feel like we haven't had those, oh yes, regular adventures. We haven't had enough of quote unquote regular adventures to just random places, getting that character development long enough to be able to be like, all right, we're twisting the idea on its head. We're gonna change it up, Morty. We're gonna have just a summer episode, or we're gonna have just a Beth. Those, like, half the episodes were amazing. Half the episodes were just okay, which is great. Like, if any show has just an okay episode, that's a win. That's a win. But you can't just have okay with Rick and Morty. And I feel like that was the problem with everything. They try to flip it on their head, and you need to have a set stone, like, mold. You need to have that mold in order to be able to flip something on its stone or head. I feel like that's a big thing nowadays with everybody trying to flip, like, oh, this ain't your grandpappy's Superman, or this ain't your mama's kind of movie. Alright, that's been a 2-minute discussion. I've been Trash Diamond. Thank you so much for watching Modern Myths today. Click the subscribe button if you're not subscribed. Give me a thumbs up if you liked it. If you didn't like it, comment in the comments why you didn't like it. And also give me a thumbs up anyway because you're a cuck. Have a good day. See you guys later. Bye-bye. Oh no, I can't get out of the screen to stop recording.